Hello, everybody. It's Donna Cravata, and we're back for another Real 50 over 50 interview. And today's interview is a little special. They're all special, but this one's a little extra special because our guest, Phyllis Harbinger, is um, she's my sister for a long time. We are friends, we are colleagues, we do all kinds of things together. But you come across people in your life that become your sisters, and Phyllis is my sister. So I am honored and excited and just beyond happy to share her with you today. Let me tell you a little bit about her, and then we're going to get into a fun conversation because I'm going to ask her something surprising. So, for more than 30 years, Phyllis Harbinger has been shaping spaces through her award-winning design firm, DCI Studio. But she's so much more than a designer. She's a nationally recognized educator, speaker, she's an author, and she's a business mentor and a true champion for creative entrepreneurs. Through her leadership with ASID, her longtime teaching at the Institute of Technology in New York and the New York School of Interior Design and Palm Beach State College, Phyllis bridges theory and practice through supportive mentorship and internship programs. She's launched a second avenue of her business to help design professionals find clarity and confidence and focus in their businesses. And she's also the author of the Interior Design Productivity Toolbox, which was published by Wiley, and it's a go-to resource for streamlining systems and processes in the design world. And I have had the honor of knowing her, working with her, and just, being her friend. So welcome. Welcome, Phyllis.
Thank you. I'm humbled by your words. And as you said, we are sisters. We're part of Trey Brilliance.
Hmm.
That's what we named our little cohort.
Hmm.
And it's been since 2012.
Yeah, yeah,
Really
that's a few
crazy.
years. It's a few years we've been through a thing
Just a
or two.
few.
So, because I know you so well, I want to ask you to share something that I don't know about you.
Okay, I had to really think about what do you not know about me after all of the different things that we've been through together. Only thing, and it's more of like a funny thing. I hated my hair for the first 25 years of my life,
Hmm.
and then I loved it. So everybody's like, "Oh, don't you love your hair?" And I'm like, "Well, didn't." And when I first came up with that, I was 50.
Mm.
Very apropos for today because I'm
It,
not that anymore.
it
But
it also doesn't
yeah.
hurt to have a sister who's like the curly hair expert of the world,
It doesn't. It really doesn't. The
and that would
co-founder
not be
of Diva
me.
Curl,
Yeah,
my blood sister. We're soul sisters.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's chat a little bit about maybe, I mean, like, that was 13 years ago when we met.
Yeah.
So, you were 50, I'm a little bit behind you. So you were pretty much turning 50 then, right? So let's
Hmm.
talk about like what's happened between then and now.
Oh my goodness. Well, so much. When we met, we were sitting in our other soul sister's kitchen and we started talking about our businesses. We were in a mentorship program together in a mastermind group, and we were all searching for the
Hmm.
next level and how we could really, really up level our businesses. And I think that having one another was pivotal for all three of us. And I'm so grateful that we've stayed so close all these years.
Hmm.
And you've been absolutely integral in my business, coming in and out,
Yeah. Yeah.
when needed, like for so many different things. And your brilliance is always so appreciated and welcome. Because of the time at 50, it was a pivotal year. I decided through my mentor group that I was going to write the book finally. It wasn't the book I thought I was originally going to write, but it was the right book to write at that time. So I wrote a book, as you talked about, and that was a really life-changing moment because from that book, the company that I used to do all of my accounting and billing, and it's a big hoo-ha with
Mhm.
purchasing and purchase management for interior design. It's not like QuickBooks. QuickBooks
No.
doesn't do what we need in my business. So I got a call from that company and they wanted me to speak to all of their users
Hmm.
about the book and how they could help up level their business. And so I had to write a whole CEU, and then I started getting asked, "Oh, can you give it here? Can you give it there? Can you do this?" And then people started calling with it, questions and advice. And I said, this is intellectual property now.
Hmm.
So while the book was great and I love sharing and I teach and I, love to share, but this was different. So I launched my consulting business and I've been coaching all design build, architects, builders, contractors, designers, since 2013 or 14.
Yeah.
So that's been really fun. And it's sometimes it's group coaching. Sometimes it's groups within an organization, and sometimes it's just one-on-one. And those are really, really fun because you can dive deeper
Mhm.
when it's one-on-one and people are willing to really have those come to whoever you believe in moments.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And also, under the surface,
yeah,
design work is personal.
it is.
You
It
can't always
is.
do that in a group.
It's very true. And so it's just been really rewarding to be able to be there and strategize with other business owners on how they can up level their own businesses because everybody is so unique and has a unique set of aspirations and issues and all of that. So that's been really fun. And then my husband and I decided we wanted a place in Florida. So that all happened. So I started coming down here and then I started getting clients here and I was doing a lot of back and forth. And this July, we decided to give up our place in Greenwich, and I took office space with a friend, a designer in Rye, New York. And so I still have a presence there, and I can meet with my clients or my team. And I come up once a month now, but I like the journey of going back there once a month versus coming here once a month.
Mm.
It's just the lifestyle really works. And since I'm here, I have two new clients and the new teaching gig where I have a very interesting class. I drive a half an hour instead of the one
Commute.
hour and 45-minute trains, planes, and automobiles kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a
So,
hustle.
yeah. So it works out really well. There's just more peace in
Mm.
my life at the moment. I'm still crazy busy, but somehow there's more peace. I don't know how to quite explain it. I thrive better in a warmer climate. And I think if you know yourself and you're really true to yourself, it took me a long time to get here full time, 8 years,
Mhm.
but it was worth the
Well, there
journey and
were
the struggle to do it.
there were a lot of moving parts to this.
There were.
You
And
had,
having
yeah.
parents that are, aging not gracefully. Um, it's been a journey and a real learn. There are wins and there are learns, I like to say, and this whole journey of the last 8 years has been a lot of learning, and a lot of reimagining, I'd say. It's be a good word to
Yeah.
reimagine what do you want the next X amount of years to be like,
And letting go.
and letting go. Yeah, yeah. That's a big one. Letting go of teaching in person at FIT was huge. 30
For how many
years.
years did you do
30.
that?
Yeah. Twice a week. Yeah. I don't miss that. I must say, I really don't miss that. I miss the students. I miss being in the classroom there because that I loved. But the whole journey, no,
No, commuting is not fun.
no.
I don't miss it ever, ever. And
And God knows how long it's been for you.
it's been 19 years.
Wow.
November will be 19 years.
Long time.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about design. Um,
Sure.
like share like what you know what I like because I've been in your business. I've seen every side, the upside, the downside, the inside, the outside.
Just
Um,
masterminded the website from the creative end. in the most unimaginable way. So thank you so
Great.
much for that. And if anybody wants to see what Donna is capable of, she really worked with our website designer in a program that you didn't really even know
No,
that well before. So that was really amazing. And just all of the content and the research and the nuances. I mean, it's really beautiful, and not just beautiful, but it
it's you.
works,
It's you.
and it reflects me. Yes, yes, it really does. But I think that people don't realize how much and how many different avenues your artistry can go to. It's kind of like design in a way, but you're doing certain things with strategy design and social design and media, like in a different way than everybody imagines. It's not the PR person. That's a little thing, and that's been amazing. I mean, Wall Street Journal, Architectural Digest, like it's amazing. But you go at it in different ways. So I'm very grateful for all of your strategic brilliance because it really is. It's brilliant.
Well,
And it's
it is like design because you have to
yes,
incorporate all the parts. Like well, if you're
exactly.
designing a room, you can't say, well, I'm going to do the living room and the kitchen, but the dining room, let's just keep that the way it is.
Well, clients think they can do that, and they quickly learn the thing called scope creep.
Yeah.
And sometimes you understand when you're meeting with a client that you don't talk about it because they're going to figure it out. And
Mhm.
after 30 some odd years
Yeah.
doing this, I know when to be quiet and when to say something.
Mhm.
But 9 out of 10 times,
That dining
you
room
do
gets
a
done.
space, they just crawl right into the next space. And even this client that I'm working with now, she said, "Okay, so I want you to run through this entire house. We're starting with the kitchen and this little thing over here, and
Mm.
then a week later, let's do the guest bath."
Mhm.
Like, alrighty then. And she said, and then next year when I can recover, we'll do my master bedroom bath.
Mhm.
So, and I'm helping her with the little girl's room as well.
Mhm.
So, it's just that's what it is. When people understand, know, like, and trust you,
Yeah.
the scope just continues to build.
Mhm.
And it happens with you as well. I've
Yeah.
seen it a
Yeah.
million times.
Yeah. I
I've
mean,
seen it personally.
the way that we've worked together is my favorite way to work. Like I really get to know what you do in your business and
Yeah.
who you are. And then I come in as the WordPress plugin to work on your
And
Squarespace website.
yeah, yeah, there it is.
But I love to do that because I don't want to do all the maintenance work, but I love to come in and like pull all the parts together and see all the things that
And you didn't have to do all the coding and all that. You got to do the high level stuff, which was so fun.
I don't like to do all of that work.
No, and that's not, as we would say, that's not your unique
It
brilliance.
is not. It is
Doesn't make you
not.
thrive. Certainly doesn't make me thrive. I was thrilled to pieces to not have to be in the middle of that whole mess. I mean, really, like anyone that it's not your thing, like please hire the right people to do the right thing. And this team of my person, they specialize in interior
Yeah.
design websites. And she was Angelina, she was
It
great.
was
And
great.
you and Angelina were like, it
Yeah.
was so nice. I was just out there watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Well, in the
yes, it's
beginning you were, and in the
wonderful.
beginning you were like
No,
micromanaging. I was
you
like,
had
sit
to
down.
like, you're like, okay, we have
Go
to have a
away.
talk.
I'll let you know if you're needed.
I was like, alrighty then. I've been schooled.
I've been schooled. But it worked.
It did. It worked out brilliantly. It really was such a great way, the way we integrated my team in it and
Yeah.
everything. Like now they're capable and they
Yeah,
have
they're
the
doing it.
tools to do the maintenance to it that needs to get
And
done,
on
to
a higher
populate, to keep
level, on a higher
oh,
level than what
so
they were doing
much.
before.
Right. And also it came about in a weird way, but it was really good that we didn't do two websites.
Yeah, you didn't need them.
And it happened because it happened like so strangely, like in 1 minute. I
Hmm.
tell you something, and you're like, okay, we're just doing one website. We're going to have this over here. It's going to go this way, and then this blog and these articles, and I'll just work with Angelina, and you'll just have to pay for another page. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I mean, you paid a couple of $100 as opposed to a couple of
instead of
$1,000.
another couple
Yeah,
of $1,000, right? So it was wonderful. So you really do help people save money in addition to amplifying the business.
Yeah.
You really have that gift. So
Thank you.
anyone out there that has not yet had a session with Donna, you really need to because it's
Mhm.
life-changing. The stuff that she thinks about, you're like aha moments, light bulbs all over the place. So yeah,
Thank you.
very, very huge gift. So
Yeah.
thank you.
That was fun. I really, really enjoyed
It
that.
was fun. And we had never worked so much together. Like it was,
Yeah. This
and
this
it
was
took it
months.
took a while. It was like birthing a baby, I would assume.
Well, you know what? What you were trying to achieve was taking a 30-year career and, succinctly putting it into a web property. That's not easy.
No, but it was, I think today also, there are so many more moving parts.
Hmm.
Like my first website was in 2006, I think, somewhere in there. I don't remember. And I used a web designer and she was lovely,
Hmm.
but it was, then I had her redo it. Then I went to a completely different thing. Then I went to Squarespace 1, Wix, Squarespace 2 when I found JPW, and then we really needed to redo it. And this time it was just
Yeah, we took
like
it
a
to another,
different,
yeah, we took it to
completely
another
different.
level.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, you would have
Yes.
never known the questions to ask, and
No, no. And I never would have gotten that kind of site. I mean, we found some inspirational websites, but then you would take me on a Loom interview. Well, here, and look at this, and look at this, and look at this tab on this one, and study how this looks. And, you were really instrumental in the design process, as I like to call it. So,
Yeah, it was
in our
definitely.
in our work, we have design process. We have the client meeting, then we have our strategy, we have our design process and conceptualization, and then we get into the weeds when we start to
To build.
specify and purchase.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it does
totally.
be designed because if it's not designed, it's just a piece of information.
Hmm.
You have to create an experience out of it.
Yeah,
And that experience is the design.
exactly.
Want somebody that's coming to visit to go to the next page, to look a little deeper, to scroll down, and most importantly, to come back.
Right. Or to sign up to learn more,
Yeah.
or to click to contact you. Those are such important factors. And I just never knew all of the little widgets and things that have to happen for that to
Mhm.
compel somebody to do it.
But now you have a whole different understanding of a
I
website
do. I
without
do.
having to be bothered with like the deep technical aspect of things. And
That for sure I do not have.
no, but you
I have more
understand.
like high level understanding
Yeah.
now.
But you
My
you
team
you
has a little bit
yeah.
more weeds
Yep.
than I do, and that's all good
But
because
you have a deeper understanding of what's possible and what it could do.
yes,
And,
yes.
as you grow, both sides of your business and whatever
Hmm.
might come next for you as you're, venturing out into new worlds, that will all need to be represented in your web presence. And you've got something that you can add to that can grow with you, and that the next go around, it won't have to be, we need to start from the bottom up again. It'll
Right.
be, oh, we need a page for this, or we need to add a section to that, which is a very different experience
Yes.
and budget.
Yes, for sure. And I know that you're already stirring the pot with a media page and a speakers page. I mean, media page is up, but amplifying it. And just how beautiful all those tiles are with the magazine covers. I mean, you just did the most amazing job. It's just really great. And then Angelina just took your vision and implemented it,
Mhm. Yeah.
And that was really wonderful too. One thing they do that I really do love is they give the video tutorials.
Yeah.
I learn best that way, and they're ever, well, they're not forever because things keep changing.
Yeah.
However,
But
they're really a good they're a good starting point for
Mhm.
team when I'm onboarding
Mm.
for all of our social media and the media page. And I'm really excited about the speakers page. I know that's coming.
Coming. Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know me, I love to speak. It's one of my higher passions, and it gives me such great joy. While teaching is wonderful, speaking to peers and colleagues and meeting new aspiring designers or designers that have been in business for so long, and just anyone that wants to, create better systems. Because the book I wrote, while it appeals to designers, the talks I give are a little more high level. They're not just they're targeted white labeled to designers, but they're not only for designers because these systems really work for everybody, for your accountability, for how you do anything is how you do everything, as one of our mentors taught us a
Mhm.
long time ago. And I use it all the time and I try to live it because it's really so important. But that's the next passion that I want to make a bigger part of my life. It was, and then COVID hit. And then I just haven't really been able to hop back on with everything else going on in my personal life with my parents to really engage in that full and fulfill that dream. So
Well,
that's the biggest dream
that's
now.
coming. That's
Yeah.
coming. And one of the things that you do in your business that I've always admired, but when I had the fortune to sit down and go through pages and pages of testimonials from your students who you have built into the fabric of your business for years. Like you train these young professionals and I mean, like everyone, one right after the other. I'm going to miss you so much. I can't believe I'm not going to see you every day. You taught me things nobody else would have taught me. I feel ready to go out into the world and be a designer now, not in 3 years. My mother is gonna miss your stories, because they would go home and tell their moms your stories from the classes, and that you were tough, but that was the best thing that they could have ever done for you because you taught them things that like a teacher that was not tough would not have taught them, and because that made them like reach into themselves to see what they had within them because now you're bringing this experience as like a mentor and a coach into your teaching. So it's not just imparting wisdom, imparting knowledge, imparting your years of experience, and tools and resources and things like that. It's like this is how you bring it to life. This is how you turn it into a business. This is how you show
Yeah.
up at a job. This is what people will expect of you. And that's priceless. That is priceless. I mean, you've
And
changed
it's been,
so many lives.
I didn't have human children of my own. I have furry children, many, but I feel in this lifetime that this was how I had kids. Like,
Mhm.
I got to foster them in a way
Mhm.
and enrich them with design and many other things. I mean, I've had students with disabilities, anxiety disorders, all different types of things, and just being able to empower them to move through their challenges. I like calling them challenges versus disabilities. I think it's such a better word. But in any event, so just honoring those challenges. And I have somebody right now that I'm working with, and I said, you need to see the center. I want to be able to help you and give you the accommodations, but I can't do it if you don't register.
Mhm.
And, they have to, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Mhm.
But then when they do and they see that how empowered they are because they get extra 15 minutes or half hour on a test, or they get an extra day to do their project or whatever it is, but they become more empowered. And after a while, they don't need it.
Yeah.
They don't need it. The
Mhm.
crutch becomes not necessary,
Mhm.
but it was so necessary because once impossible, now easy. So I really believe that. And I think that I got a note yesterday saying, thank you so much. I am going to go and get the help that I need. Like it made me want to cry
Yeah.
because, you're really affecting people's lives. teachers are so important. And, I never really like thought about it that way. I never thought I'd be a teacher. And
Mm.
it was never in my MO. My mother told me I had the patience of a sieve, not a saint. So I never thought I had patience because you believe what your parents tell you about yourself, right? And then I'm sitting in classrooms all over or with clients. You are so patient. I'm like cracking up. I
Mhm.
once like spit my soda out because I couldn't believe somebody was saying that in the beginning when it happened. I was like, what? Wait a minute, programming, programming. So
You
really, we
know,
have to look at our programming a little more
but,
carefully.
but there's also, you're not patient for the sake of being patient. You're patient as part of a bigger, broader mission.
Yes, but I also think that, yeah, because I will say that there are a lot of things that I have no patience for.
Yeah.
But to be told after, I don't know, maybe I was 35 or 40 at this point, to be told I had patience, I was like, what?
Who are you
What?
talking to?
Can't be possible. It was just the funniest thing. But I do think that just being mindful and whatever business you're in, to really kind of take a step back and look at it from others' eyes. You used to do something, and I would love for you to tell everybody what this thing was that you used to do, because I can't remember how you phrased it. You sent an email to like five people, and you asked them to tell you what you thought, it was this really cool thing, and I always wanted to do it, and I never did. But I still remember getting it and sending it back to you, and I remember us debriefing with Terry on all of this, and like, so what did everybody say? You know what we're going to say, but tell us what everybody. She goes, no, I didn't even know what the two of you were going to say.
Yeah.
I was blown away, and I
Mhm.
don't remember what it was, but
It
I
was
think
it,
everybody should do it.
it was from some coaching thing that I was in, and one of the exercises we needed to do was to reach out to five people and ask them the impact that we've had in their lives.
That was it. Okay. So all of you out there, take
Yeah.
a lesson from your social sage here.
It was profound because, we don't recognize what we're
No.
always running and doing. And like one of the things, I actually sent out a newsletter this morning, and one of the things that I talked about in that newsletter was listening and listening to replays of your podcast interviews, regardless of what side of the mic that you're on. Because when you're in a situation like this, you say things that you don't even remember that you said. And
Yeah,
everyone has a different energy and a different cadence to it, depending on the people and the time and the weather and whatever. But they're all different. And I learned so much about myself just by listening to interviews of me, whether I was doing the interviewing or
right.
or I was being
That's
interviewed.
very telling. That's very telling. I've had some of that when I've done panel discussions that I've seen recordings of. It's very interesting after you get over the what was my
Oh
hair
my God.
doing, or what was
How did I leave
this,
the
or
house like that?
yeah, like those things. But I think that really doing your own accounting of something is very empowering. Just like you were talking about the love letters, like I'm like, oh my God, like you don't remember the good always as much as you remember the bad. And taking those moments to really reread, rewatch,
Yeah,
I think is very, very important for your own self-worth and your own growth.
yeah.
I really do. So
And
that's a good nugget out of this session for me
and
anyway.
and like when we were working on your website, I mean, you have so many testimonials, and then and there are different
Called
genres
them love
too.
letters.
Well, we called them love letters,
Someone did that and I loved it. And I was like, no, I don't want testimonies. I want love letters.
but I wanted them. I didn't want like one page of just, massive
Right.
amounts of stuff because it gets lost in there.
And nobody wants to sit there and read them like that
Yeah,
anyway.
it feels I don't know. I don't like the way it feels. But you also have different love letters from different avenues of your business
Mm,
because you have them from being a speaker, from being a teacher, from being a designer, from being a collaborator. I mean, some of the vendors that you've been working with for 25
hmm
years have written amazing things about you. And I wanted to showcase them in a way where they didn't feel like pushy or braggy, but that
Right.
they really integrated well with the content that was on the page and really stood out in a way that was like, wow, this is somebody special. And she didn't say it, they said it.
Well, it was really just a labor of love and more than appreciated, truly.
But I
And
can't.
the whole collaborators page, that was such a brilliant, brilliant strategy because, as you said, that's going to not just give those people the feeling of being included and really appreciated, but it also travels back and forth with SEO. I have no idea how that's happening, if it's happening. Who knows?
It
It's
takes some
not my
time. I'm
thing.
watching things. It takes a little time, but yeah, that's external links and backlinks are that's what
Yeah.
really grows a site. And we built an
If
entire
you build it, they will come.
maybe we
It's
just we
not
don't
a field of dreams, but it's
we
the
just want them to
website.
link back.
Yes, yes, that's all. That's all.
But yeah, it's I think it will open quite a few doors for you and turn a few heads too. And we really did take the best. I mean, it was such fun. I mean, I work with people, I don't do a lot of websites, but I'll do like advising on websites. And they don't have much to work with. But you came with 30 years of like professional video, professional photography, of gorgeous design, you on stages, you speaking and videos and images and just like folder after folder after folder. And it was amazing to have all of that to choose from. There's not one stock image on that website.
No, which I love.
And there's a lot of images.
Yeah. Well, not enough according to my team. We need content. We need content. Sometimes I get in those spaces where I know social media is really important and it does help us to grow our awareness of our brands. But there are a lot of times where I just want to be in that moment.
Yeah,
I don't need to share it
yeah, you know,
all over my platforms. I just need to be present.
yeah,
And it's something that I think a lot of us are forgetting about
yeah.
as we move through life at this crazy pace with all of these de rigueur things that we have to do. And I just feel like sometimes it just doesn't need to be like that.
It doesn't, it honestly, it doesn't. Because if you create your content in a smart way, which now you are poised to do, your content is out there working for you while you're doing other things. So
Yeah,
you show
which
up.
is your strategies. Give that to your clients.
Yeah,
And I think that that's amazing because really we're not, if you're at a stage where you're a CEO or you're a partner in a firm, you shouldn't be doing.
no.
You should be the visionary
Mhm.
and you should have integrators
Mhm.
implementing the vision.
Yes. I'm going to do a yes and there. Okay. Yes, and you need to know the way things work.
Yes, you need to know how things work so that if something is going awry, you understand how to get in there and where it's going awry. I totally agree with you, but you shouldn't be the one doing.
No, no, you need to know the way things work, though. And a question for you: do you feel more empowered that you have a better understanding now about like how the website works and content and
I do. I still think I'm much more like a high level,
Mhm,
not knowing much about what's going on down here and more about what's going on up
mhm,
here. I know that's where I'm supposed to be, but I'm not used to always being there.
mhm.
But I also love knowing that there are people that protect me.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the most important
mhm,
to me, is that I know I have people in place that watch out, and if something's going wrong, I'm getting alerted that they're going wrong. And it could be real people, it could be LifeLock, this, that, whatever. But that
systems in place.
there are things in place that I feel protected.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a big thing today. You want to feel like something's got your back,
Mhm.
whether it's my backup drive or you saying, hey, blah, 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 or GoDaddy saying, is this spam? Is it not?
Mhm.
Whatever it is that's happening, you want that.
Mhm.
And I think that the more you have that, the easier it is for you to not be in the negative space and turn on the creative space, which is the positive space. Because
Mhm.
you can't create negativity. I don't
Mhm.
care what you do for a living, you're creating something.
Yeah.
Whether you're making a hamburger or you're cutting hair or you're a physician helping patients, whatever you do, you have to have positivity
Mm.
or you can't really do it well.
Yeah.
So that I think is a really important lesson that I've learned.
Yeah. And that's a really good note to end on. Um, the way I like to end these is with a wisdom bomb, something small and actionable that people can take with them, even though you've dropped about 100. Let's put one as the cherry on the cake.
Okay, so I didn't prepare for this, of course. Um, I'm better off the cuff. Let's see. I think that if you try every day to appreciate what you have that day and send a thank you to the universe for whatever is being given to you, even if it's not something that you asked for, the universe thinks you did.
Yeah.
So something you said or thought got up there
Mm.
and they're giving it to you. Maybe not in the form that you expected it, but you're getting it. So be open to explore why something is happening. Why did this call come? Why did I say yes to this opportunity? And honestly, saying yes to opportunities is 99.999% of the time a good thing,
Yeah.
even if you don't think it is after you say it. Something good is going to come from you saying yes.
Mm.
So don't be afraid to say yes.
Yeah. I
The
love
wall
that.
of no is really a boundary thing for clients, but when opportunities come, seize them.
Hmm. Yeah. And sometimes an opportunity isn't the actual opportunity, it's the
No.
gateway to the next thing
Mhm.
that you can't even
You
see.
know that better than most.
Yeah, I'm there all the time.
Mhm.
I'll try anything, almost anything. Just about. Anyway, if you want to see the lovely website that we collaborated on, it's dci-studio.com. And I will, is that's not it? Okay.
DCIstudio.com.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. Don't
Unless you
worry.
change
No, I
something,
didn't
but
change it. I didn't change it. I didn't change it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've got a lot of
that's
things in my
okay.
head, but I will put it in the comments as well. And this was one of the few interviews that we did not do live because we had conflicting schedules, but I wanted to make sure that we stayed on schedule. So if you have any comments, ideas, thoughts, put them in the comments, tag us. We will come back. We will keep the conversation going. And please check out all the good work that Phyllis is doing in the world, and just go say hi because everyone needs to know Phyllis.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you for including me, and thank you to the community for listening.
Okay, thanks. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, everyone. And we'll be back.